Today, will every woman in the audience please stand up? This day is International Women's Day, and this year's theme is Press for Progress, which is tied to moving the Me Too movement and Time's Up movements forward. Thanks for being women. And for everything you do. Have a seat, ladies. So, do you consider these feminist movements? Are you a feminist? That's the question people are asking today.
Do we consider the Me Too movement a feminist movement?
Yeah, I guess it was about 4 questions, yeah.
Well, I would, except that, but there are many men who have been sexually harassed also, so I don't think it's only a woman's issue.
Yeah,
do you?
Absolutely not.
But women seem to be owning the issue. I mean, women have definitely carried it forward, and women are the ones who are giving it voice and life and all of that.
Don't you think men are a little bit shy about saying they were harassed by a man? I think maybe they don't want
Or by a woman, or by their boss, yeah.
I think, you know, we've talked many times on this show. People don't like this, but I don't consider myself a feminist. And it's a really inconvenient, difficult place for a conservative, pro-life woman within, in my opinion, and I actually spoke on the phone last night with my sister-in-law because I knew we were going to talk about it for International Women's Day, that it feels like a very exclusive, the Women's March in particular felt very exclusive outside of me. And I want us to celebrate all women. So that means if you're talking about, you know, Kamala Harris and Kristen Gillibrand, I would also like Condoleezza Rice and Mia Love and conservative women and Carly Fiorina to be included in that. And it seems to be a place where a lot of pro-choice women don't like having pro-life women who, you know, don't think abortion rights are the #1 issue. I think Hillary Clinton ran into this, that there was an assumption that just because I'm a woman, I'm going to vote for a woman. And for me, women's issues is also defeating ISIS. It's also foreign policy. All issues are women's issues, and that's where my problem comes.
Can I read you the definition of feminism?
Yeah.
I just
I know it, but I think it's been co-opted by a lot of things culturally that I don't agree with.
Let's go back to the source. The definition is the belief that women and men should have equal rights and opportunities.
But does that mean can I push back on this? Does that mean the rights of unborn women as well? I mean, again, it
depends on
within that definition, there are many people who disagree, but you can still be a feminist wanting women to have the same rights as men.
That's where I always fall in, because I'm pro-life as well, and I'm Catholic, and I feel like I am a feminist because I want equal pay, I want equal rights, I want women to be in the same position that men are in. I think it's actually very inclusive, and I actually think men can be feminists as well. You don't have to be a woman to be a feminist. Men are feminists. My husband says he is a feminist because he wants the same opportunities for his daughter that his son has.
But I'm kind of with Megan for different reasons, though, because I'm not sure that I identify myself as a feminist, although by that definition I am. But I'm also a Southerner, and I guess I'm a little more traditional. And I don't know, does it mean that it's weird if the guy wants to open the door and somebody says ladies first? I know that's probably not true.
That's
really
a small...
I know, but I don't know that I identify as a feminist.
Because it's a dirty,
it just feels very, no, it just feels like a very strong word. Although my daughter says, you're a feminist, Mom. You just, you know, you just don't like to wear the label.
You and I are in the majority, by the way. 54% of Americans, men and women, don't consider themselves feminist or anti-feminist, according to a National Today survey. And I think that it is tied up in so many different things. I have a problem when it's so tied up with Planned Parenthood, it's so tied up with Cecile Richards. I don't understand why conservative women aren't given the same platform at women's marches to talk about our perspectives.
Actually, they are and have been turned down, because I invited several women to the Women's March.
Who did you invite?
I will give you a list when I get upstairs. You know?
But Whoopi, I find talking about it with you very open and productive.
Because you and I have
with everyone.
You and I have the thing that everyone needs to have. And that is, if you are a feminist and you believe that everybody should have equal rights, then you believe that everybody has the right to believe what they believe. And for me, you know, I have never been a feminist because when coming up, there was no room for us in the movement. Yeah. For black women, they weren't talking to us because, you know, you'd see these women, they're talking about burning my bra and doing it. My mother had one bra. She wasn't burning. You know what I mean? She wasn't going to do that. But the idea, because women, and this is a kvetch I have all the time, women forget sometimes about other women. You know, the feminists should have been one woman's movement that brought everybody up. And it didn't. It took a while. And so then everybody started putting stuff onto it and what it is. You know, it's not, I think the reason it may feel like it's tied up in Planned Parenthood is because for so long, a woman who was in trouble, and that's what they used to call it when you got pregnant and you didn't know what to do and you had no other choice, a woman in trouble was welcomed by Planned Parenthood. That's why it's tied up, because they fought for our right to be able to say, I cannot have this baby. That's why they're mixed.
Do you think we could get to a place where we could have hardcore conservative women speakers on the same stage as whatever, Cecilia Richards, Kamala Harris?
Let's do it.
I would love to have a really inclusive women's
conference.
day of any kind.
Let's do a women's conference and sit down and talk. Let's put that together.
That's a great idea.
You know?
Why is it a dirty word?
And it's not a dirty word. It's a strong word, but I don't think it's a dirty word. I think it's just a label. For me, it's a label.
You guys are talking about a movement versus a definition.
Right.
So that maybe you don't feel part of the movement. Maybe your my mother was a sewing machine operator who basically made the money in the family because my father gambled everything away. She was a feminist, whether she was part of the movement or not.
Or whether she called herself a feminist or not.
Actually, no, because they were not inclusive.
I'm saying it's different for being in the movement from the definition of the word.
Modern criticism is that it leaves out a lot of women of color. That was the big criticism of
and it was the criticism then, and it's still the criticism now.
There's a problem with that.
We gotta go. I'm sorry. It's such a good conversation. We gotta go. We'll be right back.